promise it will make that happen. You are taking responsibility. That's what gives you freedom. And the second thing that's going on is that automation is leading us to places we didn't expect.
Get ready to witness the magic of composable no-code in action.
All of these ideas have been consolidated in the quantum release of Creatio.
Hello everyone and welcome. The big day we've all been waiting for is here. We are thrilled to present Creatio 8.1 quantum release to all of you.
Absolutely, and whether you're joining us from the US, Mexico, England, Israel, Singapore, Australia, or any other country, we're so happy that you've decided to spend this hour with us, and we promise it's going to be well worth it. We have an incredible agenda lined up for our digital event.
So what's on the agenda? Well, a lot of things. We will first start with a thought-provoking discussion on the future of leadership. And we have invited a star guest, Seth Godin. Everyone was in love with Seth. He's an entrepreneur, an inspirational speaker, an author of 20 bestsellers. We wanted to discuss with Seth the future of leadership and business and the role that automation will play in it.
And our next stop will be a presentation of the Creatio 8.1 release. The quantum release sets up a new era of business automation, and our CEO, Catherine Kostareva, and my esteemed colleagues, Jason and Jenny, are going to take us on the release journey, explaining all of the capabilities and unmatched benefits that it's going to bring to the table.
And we don't stop there. We have a very special guest, Vic White, an incredibly talented dancer and a TikTok superstar who will accompany the product demonstration with his dance performance. So excited.
Absolutely. I can't wait to see it too. So let's kick it off. We are now excited to welcome Creatio's Chief Growth Officer, Andy Dovgin, to interview our very special guest, Seth Godin, on the future of leadership.
Thank you so much for joining the Quantum Release. We are so pleased to have you here with us.
What a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I know that our customer and partner community and all our employees can't wait for this interview, and me either. So let's dig in. You know that Creatio is focused on providing the freedom to companies and people to own the automation. And within this interview, we'd like to focus on discussing how we can marry those digital strategies with a novel approach for leadership.
Bring it on.
You know, with all those changes that are going on, with the recent pandemic event, with the economy slow down, with the geopolitical events, it feels like we now live in a new era. Would you agree with that?
I think that the world is crazy, and this is as normal as it's ever going to be again. That we have to embrace the fact that change isn't a temporary thing that we can survive. Change is the narrative of our time. We're seeing the industrial age ending, we're seeing the long tail, we're seeing connection, so many changes during our lifetime, and we need to figure out how to use them to make things better, not how to fight them.
This also requires for leaders to change, right? So what would be your suggestions for leaders? What kind of skills and qualities do they need to work on to be better prepared for now and for the future?
Well, the biggest shift is control is an illusion. Managers seek control. They want to measure everything. They want it to be predictable. But change always means something new is going to happen. So we have to get comfortable with the phrase, this might not work. You cannot innovate unless you can say, this might not work. And this requires enrollment from the people you lead and enrollment from the people you work with. Let's sign up, let's get real, or let's not play.
But for some organizations, building up on this adaptability is difficult because they employ thousands of people. Those people work in different offices around the globe, and it's really, really difficult to make sure that when a change arrives, they can react immediately. So what would be your advice, how those companies can develop that adaptability skill?
People don't remember that Western Union was one of the most important companies in the world.
Oh, yeah.
The telegraph changed everything. They had the chance to buy all the patents for the telephone for almost nothing, and they didn't do it. Because Western Union was in the telegraph business, they weren't in the communications business. And now that we are seeing product cycles getting shorter and shorter. If you've built a large organization and defined what you do by the tasks you do, you will be left behind. And so the shift begins with being clear about the change you seek to make and who you are here to serve. If you know who you're serving and you know the change you're making, then when the world changes, you can embrace it. You don't have to adapt, you could adopt.
As we talk to our customers, specifically with the C-suite, we hear that a lot of them are very focused on building better resilience, right? So what would be your recommendations? How can businesses be more resilient, and what they need to do now to build on that?
A lot of people in the C-suite will talk about the fact that they want the organization to be resilient, but what they really want is for it to never be threatened and to be predictable. That if we seek actual resilience, we have to look forward to the fact that the wind is going to change. So a giant barge is not resilient. It can go in one direction with not a lot of trouble. A sailboat is resilient because when the wind changes, the sailboat can change.
The main theme of this conversation is freedom. Is freedom important at all in the current business environment?
Freedom is such a great word, but it always has a partner, and the partner's name is responsibility. So part of the magic of the no-code movement, part of the magic of being able to give people Lego blocks that they can put things together with, is instead of saying, the code is so complicated no one understands it, someone can say, I put these pieces together and I promise it will make that happen. You are taking responsibility. That's what gives you freedom.
What is your take on a role of automation in the modern business environment and in overall business culture?
So Frederick Taylor met Henry Ford in about 1912 and changed the whole world. Henry Ford knew that the assembly line was super efficient, and Frederick Taylor knew that the most important element to the assembly line were the people who worked there. So he got a stopwatch and he measured every single motion that people took. Well, there's a new kind of automation. It is the automation of no code, it is the automation of AI, it is the automation of transparent computer communication. Suddenly, that's a huge leap beyond what a machine can do. So just to pick a trivial example, if I know what my customer flow is going to be, I can make my machines be 10 times more efficient than if I just let the machines go as fast as they can.
Correct.
So what we need to be able to do is rethink what automation even is. Automation is simply, how do we improve productivity to serve customers? Not to gain control, not to earn authority, but to serve customers. If we can do that and give our people the freedom to innovate, then we can create magic.
To what extent can technology augment people?
What is technology for if it doesn't augment people? The reason we do this work is to enable people to serve other people.
If you're in a job that can be replicated, does it mean that you need to immediately go and find like a new profession for yourself and start training yourself?
I think the fork in the road is simple. Either you work for technology or technology works for you.
Oh, yeah.
If you're spending time interacting with no code, if you're spending time interacting with AI and LLMs, you'll either figure out how to put it to work or it's going to take what you do away. We also get a new opportunity to pick a new course, and that is the opportunity that every individual has. Get good at using a new tech, because no one right now is good at it. So you can go first.
What is this kind of lane on the sand between people driving a change or an automation is driving a change?
So driving the change is tricky. So if we think about Walmart, one of the biggest employers in the United States, they have self-checkout. They have a supply chain automation system that's second to none, so that their suppliers know exactly how many units sold 5 minutes ago in every store and can plan accordingly. We can go down a long list of things that technology is enabling people to drive change with, right? The technology isn't the driver. The people need to be.
From our conversation with some digital leaders, from CIOs, so from one hand, you're tasked to make sure that everything is, as you say, under control and balanced. And on the other hand, you want to bring this innovation and a change to a company. So how do you combine both?
Right, it's a great point. The CIO has such a difficult job because the boss doesn't understand what you do. They pay you a lot of money and they assume everything will be perfect. Perfect is about yesterday. You really have two jobs, CIO and CLO. When you're wearing your CIO hat, what you're mostly doing is maintaining the status quo. Your CLO hat, Chief Learning Officer, means you are making mistakes all the time, faster than your competition. Because if your competition makes mistakes, learns from them, very quickly, they will put you out of business, and it will be on you that that happened. So when you're wearing your learning officer hat, it has to be failure is the point. What did we learn today? What didn't work the way we thought?
So with your example with 30 years, right? So what's your prediction? Where technology will take us in 30 years?
30 years ago, we didn't have self-driving cars. We didn't have a widespread internet. We didn't have personal computers. To guess what the world is going to be like in 30 years is crazy. The laws of physics aren't going to get broken because they cannot be, but every other law will be. And we're going to see, even less than 30 years, the rise of everything being aware all the time and connected.
We see a lot of different players in different markets, and some smaller regional players are really concerned that their budgets, their key resources are so much smaller in comparison to those behemoths of the world. If you are managing like a smaller regional organization that has this customer touch, but doesn't necessarily have all the resources available in the world, what they should do to stay competitive and to use technology as a differentiation?
This is great news. It is great news that you have a smaller budget. Because unless you're trying to build a new LLM or put somebody on another planet, you do not need a big budget. You just need to be aware of which tools to use. You just need to be nimble about when to switch tools. The organizations with the big budgets are paralyzed in fear. You have a little budget. You can simply try a new tool.
We to summarize it into one advice that you would give to leaders globally on how to be more resilient, more adaptable, provide more freedom, what would that advice be?
Well, the first thing I would say is the best piece of short advice I have is you should never accept short advice. That if it's worth doing, it's worth thinking deeply about why you're doing it. And so the second thing I would say is you're playing a different game now. The one you came up with was based on a machine-driven, authority-driven, steady-state world. We had it my whole lifetime. I was born in 1960. Now it's officially over. The media has changed, technology has changed, programming has changed, interactions have changed, consumers have changed, the long tail is here. If you're still playing by the rules of Peter Drucker, it's not going to work. That's the biggest insight. Something new is happening here. Your sunk costs are sunk. You're going to make new decisions based on new information. Let's get real or let's not play.
Well, let's do it. Thank you, Seth, for being with us.
What a pleasure. Thanks.
Wow. That was incredible. So many different takeaways and insights. Just an incredible conversation.
On the next part, Eric, now it's time to buckle up as we're about to venture into the exciting updates of Creatio 8.1 Quantum. Get ready to witness the magic of composable no-code in action. From composable architecture, updated products and applications for CRM and workflow automation, no-code governance tools, and many more.
Absolutely. Over to you, team.
Thank you so much, Eric and Bea. I am so pleased to welcome you all from our headquarters today. It's a lovely day here in Boston, and we appreciate you being a part of the Quantum release. I'm joined by my wonderful co-presenters, Jason Miller and Jenny Beer. And together we're excited to unpack all the innovations and capabilities that the Quantum release has to offer. Before we dive deeper into the product, let's start by exploring why we believe that this release is introducing a new era of business automation. During the few previous years, we have witnessed tremendous changes in our world. From navigating through a global pandemic to addressing economic challenges, this environment has become our new normal. As a result, forward-looking businesses have embraced completely new strategies and priorities to thrive in this landscape. Becoming more resilient is certainly one of these top-of-mind priorities for executive leaders around the globe. They want to have the potential and capabilities to respond to changes rapidly, as no one knows what is waiting for us around the corner. Businesses are seeking new ways how to adapt quicker, than their competition. That is one of the reasons why investment in digital transformation has been increasing. At the same time, let's talk about all the changes happening with our people and teams. We can now work from anywhere and for any company. We have become so much more selective. We choose companies with a purpose. We select companies that demonstrate real values and true leadership. Our teams want more freedom and autonomy to make things happen. The teams don't obey outdated rules and want to be engaged and inspired by their companies. And of course, modern-day digital strategies should address these needs and expectations. So, how should the world of business automation respond to all of these changes in the society? To answer this question, let's quickly explore the evolution of business automation. We started to see its rapid development in the 90s. The majority of applications of that time were delivered as monolithic packages addressing a wide range of needs. These solutions were efficient, but not flexible at all. Then we welcomed the cloud era. The cloud era helped businesses to take technology adoption to new heights. Cloud applications have been offering a lot of capabilities, but were limiting the freedom of the end users to tailor and configure them to meet their unique needs. Finally, we're now staying at the edge of the new era. Composable no-code. The composable no-code architecture is built to help businesses be more resilient. It provides organizations with a universe of ready-to-use components that they can use to assemble their own applications in a matter of minutes or hours. This approach empowers organizations to respond to changes quicker and deploy applications at lightning speed. It also provides employees with the freedom to own their automation. It enables non-technical users to configure and deploy workflows and applications without advanced technical skills. This minimizes the dependency on limited IT resources, and it allows organizations to significantly increase their capacity to deliver digital solutions. And people love this approach as they no longer face constraints and limitations. All of these ideas have been consolidated in the quantum release of Creatio. What makes composable no-code so different? Of course, it's architecture. And we call it quantum for a reason. All product features have been assembled from ready-to-use components and blocks. It means that no-code creators can use their components in any combination to automate unique use cases. The quantum release is represented by hierarchy of ready-to-use elements. The lowest level is called component. It could be, for example, a widget or a set of fields. We combine components into larger blocks that represent a piece of functionality. We use blocks to assemble applications that can help us to cover an end-to-end use case. For example, the case management, or let's say sales forecasting. Finally, we use those apps to combine and deliver automation of a specific function with multiple use cases with a product. Like, let's say, end-to-end service automation. The unique benefit of composable no-code is unmatched flexibility and speed. You can use any of these components, blocks, or apps to assemble your own solution in minutes. Let's see this magic in action.
I believe the best way for us to demonstrate the power of quantum architecture is to walk the audience through a process of creating a new application. What should that be? Now, let's take a most universal example and imagine that we have a client who wants to automate a customer onboarding process. This process is relatively straightforward. First, we need to capture, add customer information, After, we need to select the right products and services. Once this is done, we need to complete a customer verification and approval process, sign the necessary paperwork, and notify all of the departments about our new customer. Now, let's build an application from scratch using the composable approach and quantum architecture.
To do this, I need to select the available applications and components relevant to this use case. For the first step, I'll use the Customer 360 app, which provides me with ready-to-use capabilities to track both accounts and contacts. As you can see on the screen, the application comes with a predefined set of features. To automate my process, I'll need to add a few modifications to the page. I'll add a progress bar that will determine the current stage of the onboarding process. And let's define the stages. How about request, review, verified, and signed? Since we will need to go through a verification process, I'll use the approval components that will allow us to easily set up and visualize a needed process.
In the second stage, I need to use another composable application, Orders and Contracts. Now, this app will allow me to access the product catalog and connect it with customer, order, and contract data. I can navigate through the product catalog quickly and select relevant options for my client with just a few clicks. I can also add an AI-driven component, which is next best offer. It will automatically generate the most relevant suggested cross-sale options. The information will be generated based on customer attributes and available historical data. I will then place the selected product in an order and initiate the verification process.
We'll need to set up a simple process to run customer verification. I can modify a workflow, select business rules, and the required checks to obtain those approvals. We should also connect Creatio to an external database to run some of these verifications automatically. All of this can be done using our powerful business management engine.
Once the verification process is completed, we need to send the contract to the client and obtain a signature. For that, I'll use an available marketplace app that will easily fit into our composable structure. Once I've added the e-signature components, we can set up a simple workflow to send contracts to our clients, and once signed, send a quick introduction email so that a new process can be kicked in.
Well, that was quick.
And efficient. This is the power of composable no-code architecture in action. We took our available apps for Customer 360, Orders and Contracts, and quickly modified them with available components, set up simple workflows, and added a marketplace apps into the mix. All of this happened in just a few minutes. It's magic.
Thank you, team. That was great. We pride ourselves on delivering industry-leading products for sales, marketing, and customer service that are highly recognized by industry analysts and the market. With the quantum release, we have taken them to the next level. All our CRM products are now fully composable. This means that we have decomposed all features of our products and delivered them as components, blocks, and of course, apps. Not only can our customers build a unique solution using ready-to-use components and blocks, but they can also deploy separate apps to address a specific use case. You can use our Customer 360 app to manage customer data, or our digital ads app to consolidate and orchestrate all your digital campaigns in one place. I'm sure the team will do an awesome job to presenting all of this to you.
Thanks, Catherine. We all love our CRM products. And to help us engage customers, develop relationships, get timely insights and recommendations, automate customer-centric workflows, and drive the business forward. Now, all of our CRM products and capabilities are available in composable architecture. This is an unprecedented level of flexibility and much faster time to market.
Our sales product comes with a lot of very useful functionality, from lead management to sales forecast to partner relationship management. Now, all of this functionality is available as a set of composable capabilities. This means that you can easily use them to assemble your unique sales process. And what's even more exciting is that our sales product has been decomposed into a set of ready-to-use applications. Of course, you can still use it as an end-to-end solution, but you can also use only the required part of the SFA scope and perhaps combine it with another app.
Let's quickly review the available apps for sales. Now, we've already mentioned the Customer 360 app. It is the foundation of every CRM. You can track data on all of your customers in an easy and efficient way.
The Lead and Opportunity Management app allows you to increase conversion from different sources, build and track pipelines, and automate sales processes of any complexity. In the meantime, our Productivity app enables users to keep track of their sales activity and manage communication with their clients using a channel of their choice.
And sales can't be sales without forecasting. We use this app to manage collaborative forecast of different types, from top to bottom or from bottom up, broken down by customers, territories, sales reps, you name it.
Let's talk marketing. Our marketing capabilities are composable too, and the functionality is consolidated into a set of applications.
The Campaign app allows you to automate omni-channel marketing campaigns of any complexity and scale, creating rich message templates, run A/B tests, and track campaign performance. Email marketing has always been a big part of Creatio's marketing offering. All of the rich capabilities for email marketing automation are now composable, which means you can more easily design personalized multi-stage email campaigns with dynamic content and have full transparency of their performance.
The Event Management offers consolidated functionality to plan and execute all stages of offline and online marketing events. You can automate audience segmentation and acquisition tracking, budgeting, task management, and of course, in-depth analytics. And finally, you can take advantage of our Digital Ads app. It helps you to consolidate data from all channels, Google, Meta, LinkedIn, and others, and provide a single pane of glass view on the performance of your digital marketing campaigns, including support of different attribution models.
And of course, we can't forget about our Service Creatio product. It now includes apps for case management, contact center, knowledge management, all coupled with a set of additional capabilities using the composable architecture. Case Management app empowers users to manage cases and service requests of all types. The app offers automated case registration, classification, routing, resolution, and workflows, as well as have omni-channel capability for communications and other team collaboration tools.
The Knowledge Management app is essential for efficient knowledge sharing and collaboration. It equips your team with digital knowledge sharing environment with all the required features such as tags and crosslinks, as well as feed functionality.
Amazing. The Quantum release empowers organizations to use available components and applications to configure their unique solution and address the needs of their industry and business. Whether you're building an enterprise-wide vertical solution or automating a specific business function, you can always use available components and assemble them to match the requirements of your specific use case. Our R&D team works hard to produce more components so that our customers can immediately use them for their workflows and apps. But this is only a part of the strategy. We understand that together we can take the speed of innovation to an entirely new level, and so we invest in creating more capabilities for our partners and customers to develop and publish their own components. The Quantum release addresses this with a set of no-code development tools that enable faster creation of components. Our partners and customers have an opportunity to create and publish new components to the Creatio marketplace easier than ever before. And at the same time, we support publishing on your private marketplaces as well. Why don't we have a sneak peek at some of the available components in the Quantum release right now?
Let's do it. The Quantum release provides users with a wide range of no-code components that can be used to configure applications of any complexity. Let us walk you through some of the most popular ones.
My favorite one is the new Next Steps component. It allows me to set up recommended steps in every process stage. Whether it's a case resolution or a project management activity, the next steps can suggest what you should do next to succeed. These steps can be recommended by our AI models or set up manually.
The new progress bar is yet another helpful component that enhances workflow automation capabilities. On any Freedom UI page, you can use it to monitor and modify the workflow stages of a dynamic case. The component is completely responsive, offers color coding, and integrates smoothly with existing cases.
And my favorite component is the mini pages. For every record in the system, you can create a simplified view. It allows users to quickly streamline quick updates and quick record creation as well as edits. So if you want to provide simplicity, flexibility, and efficiency of the work that end users do, mini-page components are the way to go.
Information filtering can also be done much more quickly and simply. On a Freedom UI page, you can now apply quick filters to lists, diagrams, and metrics thanks to new filter components. For instance, with just one click, you can filter data for a certain date or period, a lookup value, or any other parameters.
Why don't we quickly review our communication widgets? They are consolidated into a very slick and unique panel. You can make and receive calls connecting Creatio with almost any telephony system, run chat conversations, including use of automated chatbots, sync your emails, and receive social media posts, and many more.
Message Composer is an additional tool that enhances Creatio's omnichannel communication and speeds up working with emails and feeds. With it, you can send emails and publish feed messages from any Freedom UI page with complete support for rich text. It supports attachments, templates, drafts, email forwarding, and email thread expansion, and more.
I actually believe the only reason why Excel spreadsheets are so popular across enterprises is because they're very easy to use. Now, in order to meet that expectation, we are now providing an extension to our editable list capability that you can use in Creatio. So whether you just want to provide inline edits of your records, or if you want to push the process forward with the progress bar, you can do this without having to open a record.
The list goes on. These are just a few quick examples to showcase our universe of ready-to-use components that empower no-code creators with the ability to assemble needed applications quickly and efficiently.
Now, let's talk about generative AI. I'm sure many of you have been waiting for this part of the presentation. Generative AI took the industry by storm. We expect a massive proliferation of use cases for generative and conversational AI in the upcoming years. This includes content marketing, new intelligence search options, AI avatars, decision intelligence, and many more. We are excited about the potential of Gen AI to strengthen the no-code automation. First off, generative AI complements and speeds up the no-code development process by automatically pre-generating templates, components, or even entire applications based on the text input from the users. In this way, it will spare the no-code creator time and effort to convert basic requirements into the MVP. Secondly, Gen AI offers infinite opportunities to enhance apps with new capabilities and use cases. For example, you can easily add a feature to automatically generate human-like text responses or analyze historical data in your app, or use AI's assistant to generate decision recommendations. Let's explore Gen AI capabilities included into the Quantum release.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Let's first explore the use cases available for no-code development. Now, as Catherine has mentioned, one of the key benefits of marrying generative AI with the no-code approach is the opportunity to accelerate the configuration process. To enable that, we've integrated the Creatio platform with OpenAI. Now, with this innovation, a no-code creator can use generative AI to pre-populate an application template by just specifying the name and purpose of the application. OpenAI will take it from there and create a set of views, data models, and even business rules.
It's time to see how this all works together. Through our application hub, I jumpstart the creation of a new application. I will follow the prompts and specify that I need to build, let's say, a travel request app. Once I specify this, Creatio sends an inquiry to OpenAI, and it's starting to generate templates. And now we open the application hub and see what has been generated. We can see that I now have ready pages, data models, and other attributes pre-generated. And it took just a few seconds to get all of that. I can now open the application itself and see the end user view. Here we have a set of sections, tabs, and fields that were created based on my request. Of course, I can further specify the request to get more relevant templates if needed. It looks like pure no-code magic.
We can also see how we can incorporate generative AI into end-user use cases. Let's start with something simple. Imagine that I'm a service representative that wants to send a request to customer about a formal complaint. I can open my case management app and generate a new email response with just one click. I can ask Gen AI to pre-generate an email that can be modified and sent to my customer right away. This capability can be used with any form of communication: emails, chat, social posts, and call scripts, just to name a few.
Or we can use our Gen AI virtual assistant to get the needed guidance. This is a super useful feature available in Creatio. For example, the very same customer service rep can ask the virtual assistant what they can do to resolve a case. The assistant will immediately suggest needed action and refer to available knowledge base articles and templates. It can be used at any place within the platform, in accounts, opportunities, leads, cases, campaigns, and more. The capability is aimed at increasing the efficiency of onboarding new employees and boosting the productivity of the staff.
These are just some of the examples of our new awesome use cases for generative AI integration. There are more available on the platform and many more coming very soon.
That was cool. Thank you, Jason and Jenny. Now let's talk governance. Governance plays a pivotal role in the realm of no-code automation. It serves as the foundation that delivers sustainable growth, security, and accountability. As we provide more freedom to no-code creators so that they can significantly scale the number of apps and workflows, we want to make sure that this process is fully secured and aligned with the company's policies and procedures. Freedom always comes with responsibility. And this approach is relevant to automation as well. Creatio Quantum Release offers a new governance app with a robust set of capabilities to automate your no-code governance cycle. The app includes a comprehensive list of automated governance and compliance checks. These checklists and controls cover external regulations like GDPR, or let's say HIPAA compliance, security requirements, for example, record sharing rules, internal audits, and many more. The users can set up an unlimited number of custom governance controls using the no-code tools. And the app also allows users to identify and escalate discovered issues, monitor the app health status in real time, and run scheduled and ad hoc application audits. By fostering collaboration and ensuring compliance, Creatio no-code governance app empowers organizations to harness the true potential of the composable no-code approach. I suggest we take a look at how all of this works in practice.
Indeed, governance is a vital element in adopting a no-code approach at scale. The governance application released as part of the Quantum release contains all the needed tools to organize and secure a compliant no-code development cycle.
First off, you can add as many apps and environments as needed. There are no limitations whatsoever. To add a new environment, simply follow a process and specify the required parameters. Now, let's review available controls. Now, this application has a set of controls ranging from security, operations, data checks, and many more. Each of these controls is already predefined, so you can start using it immediately. They can be both automated and manual. A valuable output of this control is timestamp logs, a vital asset for audit and regulation. Such reporting allows precise timestamps and provides transparency in the compliance process, ensuring that nothing falls through the cracks.
What's great about these controls is that they have all been created using our no-code tools, meaning they are all fully customizable. We can take one of the available controls, review and change its attributes and business rules, and modify a process that runs the check. Yes, you heard it right. All the checks are configured in our powerful workflow engine. You can build your own check by yourself and use our business process management capabilities to automate it.
Once controls are established, you can take your application and push it through the required checklist. These checks can be assigned automatically. The system will run all of the automation behind the scenes for you. You can also schedule regular audits and define how often they should be performed. This is specifically useful since no-code apps are evolving very quickly.
Once the checks have been completed, the system will generate issues, if discovered. They will be assigned to relevant employees within the IT security, compliance, and other teams. The system will create a ticket that needs to be resolved until the application goes live. The verification and escalation process are also managed by our workflows.
Now, for example, if a security issue is detected, the app will create and assign a ticket to your IT security team. This ticket must be resolved before the application goes live. The process includes logging of the actions and resolution SLAs. The reporting not only serves internal needs, but can also be very useful when performing external audits.
The described cycle is very easy to perform, yet it establishes the right processes to ensure that all the applications developed on the Creatio platform are secure and ready to be used without any risks. Since Creatio has a robust API, you can apply some of these checks to external applications as well.
What a great demo. The strategy of Creatio that is represented in Quantum is simple yet powerful. We're focused on providing organizations and users with more freedom to own your automation. This freedom is delivered through a universe of components, apps, and products, and unlimited possibilities to configure the solutions without special skills and knowledge. We hope you'll enjoy the freedom while leveraging Creatio 8.1 Quantum to automate the business-critical workflows of your organization. Thank you very much for being with us during this digital show.
This is it. The Quantum release is now officially out, and it's literally a quantum leap to a whole new era of automation. We're absolutely thrilled to embark on this journey together with you, our incredible customers, our partners, and the entire Creatio community.
And we definitely appreciate you joining us today. Creatio 8.1 Quantum is live and available on our official website. We can't wait to see how the Quantum release is going to help you achieve your business goals and transformation.
Welcome to the era of composable no-code. We are delighted to be your host today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we truly hope you enjoyed the show.